something that face to face a fighter can do that you'd be like, okay, or like a look he gave you that you'd be like, okay, this motherfucker might be.
You
It's
know,
just,
it's funny because I don't really know because everybody's different. So you might some guys that be jawing out the mouth, but that might be their thing to keep their nerves down. You know, you see a guy that stare and don't stop staring. It might be because they might not be able to look away. They might be too nervous to look away. You know,
right.
I think it depends on the person that you fight. I think each thing works differently for each person. So I don't think you should, if you're trying to be psychological, I think that you should do it differently for each person because every person reacts to it differently. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't advise you to talk shit against with somebody who just is not gonna work. Like you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean?
Right.
Or talk shit to a guy that's hot headed that fights better hot headed. Like like you see a Canelo, he fights better mad. If you ever pay attention, like when he's motivated and mad, he seems to be fighting better. He fights with more purpose. You know what I mean? So you might want to keep him sleep.
So basically, some lines are better off
Yeah,
slept.
but then some lines you might want to wake him up because you might want them to throw they load the first 2 rounds and then you be able to catch him and surprise him. You know, depend on the strategy. You know,
So meaning that some fighters are emotional, and you
yeah.
can pull that emotion out of them and
And
trigger them off
but
of their
some
emotion, play
but
them off their
also
emotions.
some fighters fight good with emotion. Some fighters fight bad with emotion. You know, some fighters get emotional and get clipped, and some fighters
Yeah.
get emotional and it's your ass.
I always found fighting with emotion is not good.
Yeah.
I never found success
But no,
fighting with
I feel like
emotion.
when you fought Corey Spring the second time, you was emotional.
Nah, the second time, nah.
Yeah.
Second time, I was. It's like I knew it. I knew exactly what I
Mm.
wanted to do. I knew it. Like maybe the first fight, I was emotional.
Okay.
The first fight, I probably was a little emotional.
I always thought you were because the way you came off, it was just like you was just like that first shit
It's like
shouldn't
I
have
knew.
happened.
It's like I
Yeah.
knew.
Yeah.
No. That was like I knew what to do. I knew exactly how to touch him. I knew where to take him at. I knew, like, I prepared my ass
Yeah.
off for that fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with all of the negotiations and how it was so like against me. Everything was stacked against me.
Yeah.
So I said, I know how I'm gonna fix this shit with hard work. I'm gonna train my ass off because my thing was you don't need no judges when I'm fighting. You don't need no judges. Judges. I wasn't looking for judges to raise my hand to make me win because I knew there was no way in America I could have won no fight fighting him in St. Louis. I knew it. I
Yeah.
knew it. There's no way. So I had to knock him out. So I prepared for that.
Yeah.
Like I would go in the gym some days and just throw 200 right hand, 200 left hands hard, yang, 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 non-stop. And they'd be like I throw it to him, my arm is just super sore. Like, you know what I'm saying? But what that builds is muscle memory. So
Muscle.
now
Yeah.
when you get in those type of exchanges, wait, it just come out of nowhere. You just boom, you catch a motherfucker. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would just train my hand like that, man. Just get in the gym, throw 200 hooks. My father had me on the back, 200 hooks, non-stop, hard. Boom. Nope, that one is weak. That don't count. Keep going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? If it ain't the perfect hook, he like, nope, that don't count. I need 200 of perfect hooks. And you gotta, sometimes because you fuck up, you throw 250 punches. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What fight?
because you didn't get it right.
What
You know what I
what
mean?
fight out of all your fights you wish you could have back?
That, what you mean, that I could do over?
Yeah.
That I could just. Every fight that I lost. Every fight that I lost. I
But
would never
is it
pick
one
one.
particular you just like, man, like you feel like it was something small that you could
I
have fixed.
know. I know which one.
I mean, probably when you talking about the emotions and everything, the Mayweather fight, 100%. I fought that
Okay.
fight with emotion. I didn't fight that fight with my skill. If I would have went in there, I mean, I did. I used skills in that fight, but it was more emotional. Like I pressed the issue a little too hard in the beginning. I should
How
have
about how
like
about how about how about training wise? Like you felt you
no,
didn't give it all in your training.
no. We bust our ass for that
Now
training
I'm not talking about for Mayweather. I'm talking about for any other fight, like any fight that you feel like
camp.
you did,
Yeah, a
you kind of was sleep was like slouching. You was
Paul
slouching.
Demid, Paulie Malignaggi. Yeah, fights like that. Like you know
I
what?
remember that
Fights,
Baltimore fight. That
fights.
Baltimore fight, you hurt the little kid in me that day. So you owe me an apology.
I'm sorry. I apologize for anything.
Man,
But you know
man.
what? But if you watch that fight and you watch it honestly, you'll see I didn't lose that fight. I didn't lose. That fight was taken from me. That fight was taken because his face like he ran through,
I
like he
just
was in a
think
car
the
accident.
fight was more competitive than anybody thought it would be, and I think maybe that kind of drew into the scoring too. Because I remember watching that fight, and you know, I don't, for people that don't remember, that was when the Mayweather fight was right there around the corner,
The next
and
fight.
I'm just like, man, I don't, because at the time, like, I don't know who gonna win this Zab versus Mayweather, because Zab seemed like he Zab punched harder than Mayweather. He just as fast, and
Yeah.
everybody, you know what I mean. And I remember watching the Baltimore fight. I was a kid, and I'm like, he about to knock him out. He
Yeah.
about to knock
It was.
him out.
That was a
And I'm
fight that was oh my god. Watch the fight. Watch his face after he was beat. I didn't have a mark on my face, bro. So I'm like I know I got that fight. That was a politician
mm,
fight because remember that I lost that fight, but right after that fight I fought Mayweather and I was the
yeah,
champion and I was the champion.
yeah,
Leave it at that. I was the champion. I guess it's
yeah.
it's a lot of bullshit, but we had an exciting career, man. It was beautiful. Timing made place. I mean, I still feel like that was the only reason why they took that fight. They took the fight was because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because of that little hiccup, and you know how it is, Kyrone. I mean, you don't, when you take a loss and you get put in a position, and you at a high level of life, sometimes you be hard on yourself, and you beat yourself up, and you like take it too hard, and but then when the fight came, I was still in depressive mode. I was still in depressed mode, and then
I thought, yeah,
you
you got the
fighting,
big fight, and you feel like, man, well, I just lost. Like, I
yeah,
felt that. I felt that. I felt
exactly. You
that.
know what I'm saying? And then you come right in with that. You know what I mean? So it was a lot that played in that fight. Then emotionally, I was like, we had an understanding with each other. So I knew him, he knew me. We knew,
Did you
I
did
knew
you
what
did you have some because of the Baltimore fight? Did you have like doubts or anything?
No,
No.
never had a doubt. Because now I'm fighting somebody that I'm familiar with. You
Mm-hmm.
see, that was the difference. When I fought Floyd, I was very familiar with Floyd. I knew what Floyd Mayweather could bring to the ring. I knew what I could bring to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Floyd was friends from growing up before that
Yeah.
fight. We knew each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Floyd's whole game plan was to take him in deep water. Take him in
Yeah.
deep water. Early, this motherfucker is a beast. He's a beast. You know what I'm saying? I know it. I gotta stay tight. I gotta keep it tight. Floyd kept it right here the whole motherfucking the whole first rounds. The first early rounds, he would not exchange with me. He would not go toe to toe with me. He wouldn't do none of that shit. I mean, which is smart, which was a great thing. And you know, after 6, I started getting fatigued. I was fatigued, and then he started pot shooting. You know what I'm saying? And just stealing around. It wasn't no big night that he was knocking me down, no shit. It was just
Little by
he was pot
little.
shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pot shooting and just winning around. And it is what it is. I got a knockdown. They got in the ring. It was a whole bunch of still different things that should have been called in that fight. They say he won 6, I won 6. That's a draw. You know what I'm saying? With the knockdown, with the coming in the ring. I mean, it's a lot of shit that went into that fight. But, he did great. He won the fight. I love him. I commend him. You know what I'm saying? It's probably still one of the greatest fights in history. What makes me feel good is, people come in and they say, yo, my eyes don't give a fuck. You ain't lose that fight. And I
You
had people come
and
there
that's a
that
great
not
fight.
just
It's a
saying
fight
that.
you could still watch today, and it'd be just as exciting when you watched it back
Yeah,
then.
yeah, like even with the brawl in the ring, all
Yeah.
of that, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people forget that. And when they rewatch it, they like, yo, I forgot about that shit. That shit was that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, it was a great fight.
Did you?
Nothing to hold your
Because
head
you've
down
had to
about.
fight. You've had to fight the second half without your dad, right?
No, no, no.
So
Yep, yep, yep. After they kicked my dad out the ring, yep.
you was
I
with
got
your dad the rest of the fight.
yeah, yeah. I had to come there
That
without my
had to
dad.
be rough too. Would that even cross your mind, or you were just so in it?
Nah, I was just so in it. I was so
Yeah.
in it, and I was already programmed. I knew what my dad wanted. I'm not, we went over our game plan 400 times already, so I knew exactly. And once he got removed from the corner, right before he left, he told me, he said, "Kill that motherfucker, get him, get him, get him." You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was different. It was different, man. It was different. But like I said, he's TBE. You know what I'm saying? And just to go down as saying you fought one of the greatest fighters of our generation, and say there's a possible way you can score it. You go back and watch it. He really won that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's fire. That's fire alone. You know, and just the fact that I know that I went in there with all. I gave it my all. You know what I'm saying, Kyrone?
Yeah.
I ain't leave
Yeah.
this shit on the table. You know what I'm saying? I went in there and fought hard. You know what I'm saying? And gave it the real deal. So that's what I could just be happy about. And that's
Yeah.
it. And then even after that fight, I went ahead and won more shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't just leave it at that fight. I
Yeah.
still went ahead and won some more titles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, three more titles. I won the title, championship of the world, 3 more different times since that Mayweather fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that was probably a accumulation of another 7 belts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like altogether, I won 15 championship belts in my boxing career, but I won the championship of the world 6 different times. You know what I'm saying? So
Legendary.
yeah,
Legendary.
I mean, I had a lot of fun, man. I had a lot of fun. That's why on this side of the field, it's a lot better. I get to ask guys like you good questions and just, you know what I'm saying, have fun and pick your brain. You know what I mean? Word. Yeah, no joke.
That's fire. Well, Zab, we want to close it down?
Yeah, definitely, man. Fire segment. Big shout out to my brother Kyrone Davis tapping in with
Stopping
us,
by the show.
giving us the expert opinion from the inside. This is an expert opinion from the inside of the game. You know what I'm saying? We not no guys on here that's giving you nothing that was from outside. You know what I'm saying? So Zab keep it crip, CCD, my, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we some guys that are giving you the inside of what's really going on from the inside of the business. I hope that you guys appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Love it. I mean, maybe it might not appeal to some of you guys' opinion, and maybe next time you guys will get an opportunity to come up here and we'll battle it out. But right now, you know what I'm saying? It's Kyrone Davis. Big shout out to my guy Kyrone Davis.
Appreciate
This is another
it.
fire segment. My brother Mill City, Zab Judah, before champ. Go to subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button. Press the like button. Subscribe to Millcityboxing. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, so we can improve the visibility, so that when we come on, y'all know what's up. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's gonna be fire. But
Yeah, fire.
until tomorrow, I'm gonna go watch the game with my guys, and we out. Love y'all before champ.